Hello everyone, how are you all? Welcome to this chess world and I hope you are doing well. Grandmaster Fabiano Caruana is a proud winner of Altibox Norway Chess 2018 and today we will going to see his final match in round 9 against Grandmaster Wesley So. So before going to it, don't forget to subscribe the channel and hit that bell icon. Now you are done that, let's go for it. Grandmaster Fabiano Caruana has a white pieces and Grandmaster Wesley So has a black pieces. Caruana started with e4, e5, knight to f3 and knight to c6 and bishop to b5, a rule of his opening which we seen in last videos also. Knight to f6 and of course Wesley So defended it with Berlin defense, and here d3 supporting that e4 pawn. Bishop to c5 and after that white castles, knight to d4 and here knight captures on d4, bishop captures on d4 and bishop to a4, avoiding this c6 and after that this b5 move. After that c6 and c3 attacking on the bishop retreat on bishop to b6. Now this b5 move is not possible, so knight to a3 was played, developing this knight as a natural square. a3 is occupied by the pawn and here knight can develop on this c4 square now. After that d6, bishop to c2 and retreating the bishop, bishop to e6 and queen to e2 here, developing the queen and h6. After that king to h1. Now this queen to h1 move is only for to develop this pawn, as this pawn is pinned by this bishop before that. So here g5 was played, avoiding that move, avoiding this move, that is f4, and knight to c4 was played. Knight is attacking on this bishop, bishop retreated on bishop to c7 and knight to e3. Now this knight is really well, it is covering this important squares in the center. After that d5 was played and would white take this pawn? If e takes on d5, then knight takes on d5, here knight to c4 and queen to f6, and black will get a very nice position over here. Queen is active here, bishop is active, two bishops are looking forward towards the king, and this is going to be a good position for black. So instead of that, here rook to e1 was played, supporting the queen, and queen to e7, and here Wesley can castle on any side, a4, and finally Wesley goes for long side castling. Here rook to b1 was played to push this pawn on b4, and after that d4 attacking on the knight, and instead of taking that pawn, a knight retreat on knight to f1. After that bishop to b6 and bishop to d2. If pawn captures here, then bishop can develop, and bishop to g4 was played, attacking on the queen, and here f3 kicking the bishop back, and bishop to e6 was played. And now by reciprocating the bishop over here, Wesley will get some damage in the king's safety. Here this bishop is also aiming towards this extraordinary diagonal after exchanging this pawn. Here knight to g3 was played. Now this knight can anytime jump on this f5 square, and rook h2 d8, and now these two pawns are marching towards the king. b4 was played, and definitely next move will be a5, g4, and here a5 was played, attacking on the bishop. So bishop have to retreat somehow, but here Wesley goes for d takes on c3. Now there is a possibility of exchanging the bishop over here, but instead of that bishop takes on c3, and after that bishop go to bishop to d4, supported by this pawn. Now you can see this bishop is really strong, it is covering extraordinary diagonals, and definitely it is going to be a restrictor for the white. So here bishop takes on d4 and rook takes on d4. After that b5 was played. After that c3, avoiding the pawn exchange, and here bishop to b3 was played. Want to exchange the light square bishop. Here h5 was played, supporting that pawn, and knight to f3 finally, because this h4 move is coming. So here bishop takes on f5 and e takes on f5. Rook to e8 was played, now protecting this pawn by double attack by the queen and rook, and here rook b to c1, now attacking on this pawn which is only protected by the queen. And here g takes on f3, of course queen takes on f3 and rook e to d8 now. And now you can see there is a pressure on this d3 pawn. So for safety, bishop to c4 was played. After that e4 attacking on the queen. So here d takes on e4. Now you can see this pawn is under attack by the queen, rook and the knight. But instead of taking this pawn, Wesley goes for queen to e5. And this bishop can capture this unprotected pawn over here. Here bishop captures that unprotected pawn, bishop takes on f7 and rook to d3 was played. Now this rook is attacking on the queen, so queen goes for queen to f2, and here white can take this pawn, but taking with the knight is not going to good because definitely knight is going to be pinned. So rook e to d4 was played. Instead of that move, if here black goes for this rook to d2 move, but it is going to be definitely bad for black. Now you can see this rook takes on c5, there is a check and attacking on the queen over here, and definitely king have to move king to b8 and queen takes on d2. Now you can see exchanging, either queen can take the rooks or rook can take the queen, of course. So anything can be possible. Rook takes on d4 and rook takes on e5, and here white is completely winning because he is up the exchange. So here rook e to d4 was played, creating pressure on this e4 pawn. So bishop retreat, bishop goes for bishop to d5, and here Wesley goes for king to d7. And now definitely before this move we can see that knight can capture on this bishop, but is it good to capture here? Let's see. First of all, this knight has a really good position. It can jump on this g4 square and harass the queen, but if knight captures this bishop, then definitely rook captures on c5 and it is going to be bad for black. After that king have to move king to d7, and here rook captures on d5 with check. Of course rook have to capture, rook captures on d5 and e captures on d5, and after that definitely queen captures on d5 and queen to e2, and after that any move it is going to be a checkmate or a losing game for black. Let's see, if queen captures on f5, then here queen to e7 check, king to c8, rook to c1 check, and stopping this rook is not possible. Here you just have to sacrifice your pieces. Rook to c3, rook takes on c3, queen to c5, rook takes on c5, and final king to b8 and queen to d8 with a checkmate. And of course if queen goes for any other move like rook to d4, then also king to e8 check, king to c7, rook to e7 check, king has only one square, king to e6, and after that definitely rook to e7 giving the check, and king have to move king to c4 and grabbing this queen over here. Rook can capture, but after that here g3 and king is free to move. So definitely here capturing this bishop is not good. That's why king to d7 was played, and after that b6. So want to exchange the pawn, a takes on b6, a takes on b6, and knight to g4 attacking on the queen. So queen to g1 was played, and you can see this knight is attacking on this h2 pawn with the queen, so there is a checkmate possibility. And here king to d8 was played. After that h3 attacking on the knight. Wesley is low on time, but he goes for rook takes on h3, which is strongest move suggested by the engine. Here pawn have to capture, so g captures on h3. Here you can see Wesley is down the exchange, and Wesley only can go for the draw position over here, and he just missed this with the move rook to d3. Let's take it back, and there is a question for you guys, which will be the move which can force to the draw. So you can pause video here and go for it. Let's see that move. That is, this move is rook to d2, just going one step ahead. Now this rook is controlling this second rank over here, so h takes on g4 and h takes on g4. After that there is a next move will be this queen to h8, and it is going to be a checkmate. To stop this, white have to play queen to g2, sacrificing the queen, and instantly capturing this queen is not going to be good. If you captures here, then queen takes here, and there is definitely going to be good for white, because these two rooks, bishop with the extra pawn over here is really stronger than this queen, because this position is favorable to white over here. So instead of going that, before queen to h8, and now of course you can't go with this queen to h2 move, because it is going to be a checkmate. So here king have to move king to g1, and after that you have to capture the queen. Here king have to capture, and after that rook to h3, and there is no possible move to stop the draw over here. King can't escape. King to f2, queen to f3, king to g1, and queen to g2, and after all the move there is only going to be a continuously check. So it is going to be a draw definitely. So before this position it is possible, but Wesley just missed this draw, and he goes for rook to d3. After that queen to g2 was played, and this draw is now not possible. So Fabiano has a really favorable position to win. Here rook to g3 was played, and definitely you just have to sacrifice your queen. H takes on g4, taking the bishop. Rook takes here, and after that king takes on g2. So by sacrificing the queen over here, you grab the two pieces, and of course this is the winning game. Here h4 was played. Instead of capturing, black can go for this pass pawn for promotion, but these two rooks are enough to stop this promotion. And by playing this move, Wesley also plays one trap. If king don't move over here, then definitely it is going to be a draw. If any move like this, bishop capture this pawn, then definitely queen to g3, and anywhere king moves, it is going to be a draw. So definitely here Caruana don't fall for it. Caruana goes for this king to f3 move, and after that just few moves, that is queen to g3, king have to move, king to d4, and king has a escape route over here, so there is no problem for Caruana to win this game. h3 was played, going for the promotion of the pawn, and here rook to g1 was played, attacking on the queen, queen to h4, and after that e5 was played, and after that Wesley So resigns this game. Now you can see why he resigns, because this bishop is attacking on this pawn over here, rook is attacking on this pawn on c5, and this two pawn is under attack. Of course remaining one pawn can't go for promotion, because this bishop is also looking forward for this pawn, and winning with this two rook is really going to be easy. So Wesley So resigns this game. So after this game, Caruana Fabiano has 5 points, and he is a proud winner of this tournament. And you can see there is a Magnus Carlsen with a 4.5 point. Also there is a Hikaru Nakamura, Anand, and Wesley So with the 4 points, because he lose this game. And if Wesley So managed to draw this game, after that rook to e2 move, then it is going to be a fight between top 5 players for the winning, and that is going to be a Blitz championship. So this is all about this tournament, and by finishing this tournament with the 5 points, Caruana Fabiano is the winner of this tournament. So I hope you like this video, and if you watch this video until here, then you must go ahead and subscribe for this channel. To subscribe, hit that red circle. If you like this video, then go ahead, hit that like button. You can watch my previous videos over here. Also you can join me on Facebook, Google+, Twitter. You just have to search as this chess word. And thank you so much for watching this video. So I will see you in the next one with another interesting video.